Hey, my fellow Reniacs. Um, some requests for Ren. Awesome. You guys know I love them. Money Game. So you guys want Money Game 1 and 2. So, that being said, I love this guy. This guy is absolutely brilliant. I identify with him totally. Um, and I'm going to back to back him. So we'll have both parts up for you today. All right, UK, let's jump in.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, strife, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade. But now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way, and those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop. This old money game. Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth. That's my right to hate. That's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered and murdered like savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants, when really you're the immigrant, cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome, and also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat, the same old TV shows were.
This guy is a freaking genius, man. Listen to what he's talking about. Um, I know that when he was so sick, he read every book he could get his hands on. His lyrics are just genius, guys. I mean, wow. Real issues, real stuff. And that's one of the things I love about him so much, guys, is that he's just so real. Somebody told me that record companies have approached him for a record deal, and he said, no thanks, been there, done that, and he'll make money his own way. Even more reason to respect him. Start your own label, put out your own records. Don't get involved into any of that corporate trash that is the music business, robbing artists, and it's just... I always thought, hey, man, they put out, all these records that are platinum records. They made millions on that record. No, not generally. The record company does. However, the artists always they really made a lot of their money, probably the bulk, I dare say, touring and selling merchandise, because the record companies, I mean, always thought it was crazy that, oh, well, you had this much time in the studio and they charge them for that stuff. So right off the top, whammo, there's a chunk of cash gone. And then Ren gets into like real world issues about who colonized who. My take on all this stuff, guys, is I don't care what race, religion, sexual orientation you are, whatever the case may be. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all in this together. I can't stand any politicians. I had a comment on a Ren video about Donald Trump. Man, I really don't care about politicians. I don't even vote because my vote doesn't matter. In the United States, it's all based on electoral votes, and those are the states, that get, that's usually who puts a president in. So what's the point? Maine doesn't get many electoral votes, so I don't bother. I don't believe that there's a politician out there that actually is honest. I think every single one of them are absolutely crooked, including our current president, who is, in my opinion, the worst president that has ever set foot in the White House. Absolutely horrible. Running countries into the ground, you know what I mean? But Ren, unbelievable, man. Love him.
Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions are our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
He's talking about it's easier to blame somebody else than to look in the mirror, and that is so true in everything you do, guys. You guys know people like that, right? Blame you for something, and realistically all they have to do is look in the mirror to find out who the culprit is, right? I'm telling you, man, there's nobody like Ren in this world that I've heard. I'm sitting here racking my brain, and it's just, even if I go to the rap side, I'm thinking of all these rap artists, but it just, rap started out like lighthearted and fun, and then it just got into all the gang shootings and drugs and all that stuff there, and then the nasty stuff in the videos. And I like rap. However, I don't listen to it really anymore because it's just all too negative. It's not, and it is about real world issues. Absolutely about people who grew up in, say, Compton or something like that. However, we've been listening to this stuff for forever. Positivity, is something to, it's a good thing. So those are real world issues, but I just think they're all focused in one spot. Where Ren, on the other hand, whether he's rapping, whether he's rocking, and anything and everything in between, he's not just here. You know what I mean? Singing about this. He's like, and as he goes out further and further in music, it's just like he addresses real world stuff. And I told you guys, real music for real people right here. Look no further. The UK, right? Unbelievable.
This old money game.
Such a simple riff, but so cool. Donna Taylor, nice. He finds like the coolest places to film too. Self-immolation. No, Ren, no. What a message in this one, baby. Unbelievable. Guys, it's Ren. What do you expect? Nothing but awesomeness. All right, guys, I will see you in part 2 of the money game. Thanks for hanging out with me and Ren, and we'll see you in the next one.